questions that I probably get asked the most is Diamante your real name? What does your name really mean? And I'm gonna put it here on the record straight that yes, Diamante is my real name. It is Italian and Spanish, and it means diamond. My parents told me a story that when I first opened my eyes, they shined so bright like diamonds, and they also had to come to a compromise because they wanted both a Spanish and Italian name, so that's why my name is Diamante. I speak 2.5 languages. I speak English and Spanish fluently, but I only understand Italian. My dad would always speak to me in Italian, and I would only respond back in English. I don't know why that happened, but I can completely understand it. I've just never really practiced it. Spanish though, I got it down. Por eso quería cantar Lo siento en español. Not only do I do music, but I'm also multitasking as a college student. I go to college full-time and I study business, and I'll be getting my degree in 2 years, which is dope. The first record I ever bought, well, I didn't technically buy it, my parents bought it, but I was like 6 or 7 years old in Boston, and it was the first album by Avril Lavigne called Let Go. And I blasted that album every day in my room for years. I would literally just sing in my room for hours, and it shaped so much of my music today, so I feel like that's really my first album. The first bands that inspired me to get into music, I was 14, and that's when I was first really exposed to rock music. I did a School of Rock summer camp, and I got to cover bands like Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Blondie, and I just remember being on that stage and playing this like rock and roll music with all this energy, and that's when I knew I had to make this music, and this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. A fantasy job that I would have besides music. That's hard because music is my fantasy job and I'm living it. But I've always wanted to be a secret spy agent. That's just been something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. More realistically, I think it'd be really cool to be a food critic and just travel the world and eat a bunch of food, because I'm a huge foodie. So to be paid just to eat food, I think would be awesome. One of the most memorable stories that I have on tour was actually the time that my crew and I rescued a dog that we saw get thrown out of a window of a car right ahead of us. We were on the freeway and we were so confused, like, did this dog just get thrown out of a car and the car just drove away? So I told my tour manager, like, stop the van, stop the van. And my drummer and I, we jumped out of the car, grabbed the dog, put him in the van so that he wouldn't get hit by any cars. And we ended up taking him with us to the venue in Minneapolis. We couldn't find any shelters to take him in or the owners, so we just ended up having him, hang out with us backstage during sound check. And we all grew to love the dog so much that we secretly wanted to keep him. But through the power of social media, which is so nuts to me, the original owner ended up being able to contact me and find me, and she's like, you found my dog! This is, our family member that we've been so devastated for losing. So I told her, hey, come to the venue after the show and we'll reunite you with your dog. Apparently the dog had been stolen by somebody else, which is crazy. If I could collaborate with any artist, my all-time artist would be Joan, Jett, just because she's my biggest idol and I look up to her so much. But it'd also be super cool to collaborate with artists like Lady Gaga, Brendon, Urie, 21 Piløts. I listen to all different kinds of music, so it'd be cool to also collaborate with someone who's maybe not exactly my genre of music.